Do you know that two-thirds of people who shop online have been scammed with the pay on delivery option? Now, this video is for those of you who don't believe that you can be scammed with pay on delivery. Now, let me explain. I'm going to use these three items as illustration. So, this is you want to buy iPhone 16 Pro Max and you go online, maybe on Instagram or on Gigi, and you've met a vendor on this platform that is willing to sell this iPhone 16 Pro Max to you. So you've met this vendor and is willing to sell this iPhone 16 Pro Max to you. You guys discuss and finalize the price, and the vendor accepts the pay on delivery option. Now, this vendor has accepted the pay on delivery option, and you are comfortable with it because you can only pay when you receive your item. That's cool, right? Okay. So you send your particulars to the vendor, the supposed vendor that is not the vendor, the actual vendor. This vendor is actually the scammer. So this is the scammer that is posing to be the vendor that sells iPhone 16 Pro Max. So you have discussed with this scammer that is posing to be a vendor that sells iPhone 16 Pro Max either on Gigi or Instagram. So you have discussed with this vendor and he has accepted to sell iPhone 16 Pro Max at a price to you. Now you have sent all your details and your information, your phone number, your address to him because he has accepted the pay on delivery option. So when the scammer is done discussing with you, the scammer will now approach the actual vendor, which is this person. You meet this person, and this is the actual vendor of iPhone 16 Pro Max. So this scammer meets this actual vendor and discuss, and this actual vendor will accept the pay on delivery option. Then this scammer will forward your details. This scammer will forward your details to the actual vendor. So the actual vendor then ships the item to your location. The vendor ships the item to your location, and when it gets to your state or whatever is your location, a rider picks it up. You get it? A rider picks your item and call you that your item is to be delivered at a particular time. Then you schedule time of delivery with the rider. Then the rider will come to your location. Now, before this time now, the scammer has sent you his account details that you will pay the money when you receive the item. So once the delivery guy, you finish discussing with the delivery guy and the delivery guy comes and give you your product, you open it and you check and you see that, okay, this is what I actually ordered for. Then the next thing you will do is to do transfer. And where you are doing the transfer is to the account of the scammer, not the account of the vendor that delivered the item to you. So the vendor doesn't even know you. Who the vendor knows is the scammer. So to the vendor, you are the one that contacted him. But actually, the person that contacted him is the scammer. So once you do the transfer to the scammer, then you now ask the delivery guy to call the vendor and confirm. Then the delivery guy will call the vendor to confirm, and the vendor will say he has not received any credits, and meanwhile he has not even sent you his account details. Then you will screenshot your receipt and send to the delivery guy, and the delivery guy will send it to the vendor, and the vendor will say, no, this account details is not mine. I'm not the owner of this account. So this is the point you realize that you have been scammed. You will now try to call the vendor you contacted for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. His number will not be reachable. Every avenue you guys, all the platforms you guys discussed, the person has blocked you. You cannot reach him. Then you are now faced with the rider and the actual vendor. The actual vendor is not going to leave his product with you because you have not paid. What will happen? The rider will take back the product from you and you are left with nothing. This is how you can be scammed with pay on delivery. So how do you avoid this? If you finish discussing with whichever vendor online and you guys have agreed on pay on delivery, what you will do is once the rider gets to your location to deliver, ask the rider to give you the account details of the person that sent him to deliver the product or the item. So once he sends you the account details of the person that sent him to deliver the item, then you can forward the money to that account details that the rider gave to you, because the person that contacted the rider is the actual vendor. If you don't do it this way and send your money to the other person, you have been scammed. That is how a lot of people are getting scammed with the pay on delivery option. So I hope this video will help someone out there. I still remain ICJ. Catch you in the next one.